Guys, I leave for the US in a month exactly. What the heck? That's unreal. Hi guys. Welcome back to another episode of Falling in Love with Madrid. I have something to admit to y'all. If you go back and watch my first video, you'll know that we weren't supposed to be doing public transit and walkability today. We were supposed to be doing language. And to be honest with you guys, I just got the order wrong and instead had planned to do walkability and public transit. And because of finals this week, it just worked out a little bit better so that way we could do walkability and public transit this week. I don't go to school in Madrid. I go to school in Getafe, which is like a little suburb borough sort of thing. It's just like a smaller city right outside of Madrid. And so I thought, since we're focusing on walkability and public transit, I would show you guys my commute to and from school. And today is actually pretty lucky because I was doing this commute at like 7, 8 in the morning to get to my 9 a.m.s all semester long. And then I would do this commute again at 5:30 to 7:45 in the evening when my classes let out. But I only had classes Mondays and Tuesdays, so that was the trade-off. I was at school all day, but I only had school for 2 days. But today I only have one final, and that starts at 3, so it might be a little bit busier. And here's what I'm going to do. There's a couple different ways to get down to Getafe, and there's a couple different public transit options here in Madrid and the greater Madrid area. So, obviously, we're going to go on the metro, and that's going to take us to Plaza Ellíptica, which is where a bunch of buses are. And we're going to hop on a bus and get to Getafe. Then, we're going to take the Cercanías, which is the regional train system that goes throughout the greater parts of Madrid. We're going to hop on one of those and take that back into the city where we'll get on the metro again and eventually head home. So, first off, how does the metro even work? Here, I have my metro card right here. I love this thing. This thing has been my lifesaver. On the back, you can see it is for me. It's a student card, which is great. And with this card, I can use the metro, the buses, the Cercanías unlimited for €8 a month. And I actually have to pay my next month today. What this allows me to do is that I can use the metro anytime it's open. I can use all of these systems anytime that they're open and available for essentially free. It's a subscription-based thing instead of a one-time fee-based thing that you have in Washington, D.C., or other metro systems around, which I personally love. I love how accessible the public transit system is here and how walkable everywhere is. I don't have a car out here, obviously, but honestly, that hasn't hindered my mobility at all. Because even in the States, when I was going to school, now I go to school near DC, and there's pretty decent public transit around that area, it was still hindering my mobility. Because the DC Metro is like a one-time purchase thing, and I didn't really want to pay $5 just to go to Raising Cane's. I would pay $5 to go into DC and then go to the Smithsonian Museums and do a little day trip. That's great. But I didn't want to really pay that money to go to like a fast food place or something like that. So it's pretty confined to staying on campus or using regional transit like buses, which would then take me to the metro station. So with that being said, and that out of the way, let me show you what public transit is like here in Madrid. It's very easy. It's a very intuitive system. The metros are easily marked with what station you're at, what station you're going to be at, what line you're at, how to get from this line to that line. The only thing is that some of the trains, they won't announce what station you're coming up on, so you kind of gotta pay attention sometimes, but that's fine. Alrighty, I'm in the elevator. I've just left my apartment. I'm heading downstairs, and we're gonna go walk to the metro station and get the show on the road. So the metro station we're heading to is not the one closest to my apartment, but this is the one that gives me direct access to Plaza Ellíptica, and it's like a 10-minute walk, so not bad. I'm at the metro station. Dang. That's rough. Good thing I don't need the metro. Yikes. Interesting. Well, I won't need the metro after the 31st, or at least not this line, so. But here's how it works. Pick my card. Yeah. I didn't go right through. I may have gotten side-eyed. It's okay, it's fine. Pro tip for escalators, the left side is walking, reserved for people walking down it. The right side is reserved for people just standing still. Follow that law, please. As you can see, it's clearly marked which platform you're on, what stops they go to. This is mine, I think it's here. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Accidentally missed my train. I thought I had more time to get on than I did, because sometimes they'll stop here for an extended period of time. But it's fine, because unlike in the States where you miss your train and you're like SOL, the next one comes in just like 7 minutes, and I left my apartment earlier than I normally do for this specific reason, like in case something like this happens. So we're good, we're chilling, we're just gonna wait. As you can see, we are now back home. It is a different day that I'm filming this, hence the different outfit. But I wanted to share with you guys a little bit more detail about how the Metro and Cercanía system works, because if you are planning a trip to Madrid, then this is stuff that you're probably going to need to know. First thing I want to talk about is the different type of tickets that you can get. The most popular type of ticket is a single journey ticket or a 10 journey ticket. And these will get you from one metro station to the other for a specific set ticket price. These will take you specifically within Zone 0 and Zone A, which is the city of Madrid. It won't take you to some of the surrounding towns like Getafe, where my school is, or other areas around Madrid. It also doesn't include going to the airport. If you're wanting to go to the airport, you're going to need a designated airport ticket that you can purchase at a Metro kiosk for a couple extra euros. And I would recommend this ticket for you if you are only planning on using the Metro once a day, once every couple of days if you're here for an extended period of time, or if you're only going to be here for a couple of days and think you're not going to use the Metro that much, then you might just want to buy as you go, because a lot of things in Madrid are very close together. And a lot of the main touristy attractions, especially in Central, you can walk from very, very easily. The other common type of ticket that you can get if you're a tourist is a designated tourist ticket. Now, these are a single day pass or a multi-day pass that you pay a one-time fee for, and it will allow you unlimited access to the Metro for those days. There are two types of tourist tickets. You can get one that's just within Zone A, which is the city of Madrid, or you can get a Zone T ticket, which will take you up to zone E2, which I'm honestly not even really sure where that is, because all of the maps that I could find, both the Metro and Cercanías maps, only go up to zone C2. However, it's far out there. E2 is also my card's ticket, so after zone E2, I'd need to find some other method of public transit. I wouldn't be able to use my card. Same thing for the Tourist T tickets. However, these can be pretty pricey, so I would only recommend this if you're planning on going all over Madrid in a couple of days and really need more than 10 journeys, or perhaps if you have mobility issues, or if you're planning on seeing some of the extra cities around Madrid. Because if you're only getting those single journey passes, they won't include Cercanías tickets, and Cercanías tickets can be relatively pricey. When I went out to Getafe the one time before I had my personalized card, it cost me about €12. A normal metro ticket only costs a couple of euro. So that is something to consider. Now, what about my Metro card? As I said earlier, I have a personalized Metro card that contains the 30-day pass. So the 30-day pass allows me unlimited access to Metro, Cercanías, and buses for 30 days. It's the monthly subscription that I've got. And I specifically have a youth card. Now, as I said, this goes to zone E2, so this covers all of Madrid. I was even able to go to Toledo using this card and this card alone, and Toledo's like an hour drive from here, to give you some sense of scale. Now, here's the thing about the 30-day annual pass. It is an amazing deal. However, you can only use the 30-day annual pass if you get one of these personalized cards. And you can't purchase these personalized cards the way you can a regular Metro card. You have to go to a ticket office, make an appointment with the ticket office, fill out some paperwork, get your photo taken, and that's how you'll get your personalized card. Kind of like getting a driver's license, but much easier. You will need your passport, however, and it's really meant for people planning on being here for an extended period of time. It's not really meant for tourists. But if you're going to be here for a couple of months, or if you're studying abroad like me, get this. If your program doesn't require you to get it already, get this. They also have personalized cards for, regular adults, and they also offer senior cards, and I believe those are discounted, as well as the youth card is discounted, and the youth card goes up to 25 here, not up to 18. There's also an annual pass, but again, that's really meant for people who are living here full time, definitely not meant for tourists or even study abroad students. As with many other metro systems, the Madrid Metro works within different zones. So Zone 0 and Zone A are the main city, and then there's zones B1, B2, and B3, then C1 and C2. And each of these zones gets farther and farther away from the main city. Now, when you purchase your Metro tickets, then most likely you'll only be allowed within those certain zones unless you have that Tourist T ticket. The 30-day pass is a little bit different because with that 30-day pass, you can decide exactly what zones you can travel between. So you can travel between Zone A and Zone B1. You can travel between Zone A and E2, which is what I've got, so you're covered for the whole thing. Or you can even choose like Zone B2 to C2 if you're really only going to be traveling on the outskirts of Madrid. So those are the different types of tickets, but where can you purchase them? Well, with the exception of getting a personalized card, you can purchase Metro tickets at every single station. They have little kiosks right before the turnstiles. It's real easy. You just purchase your cards on those kiosks. They have language services in Spanish, English, and a couple other languages as well that I can't remember right now. And on these kiosks, you can purchase your single journey or 10 journey pass. You can purchase your tourist tickets. You can purchase your airport tickets. Anything that's not on your personalized card, you can purchase at one of those kiosks. Same deal for the Cercanías. At Atocha, which is the hub that you saw in the video, you can purchase a Cercanías ticket there at one of those kiosks, and they also have a variety of different languages. As far as buses go, the way the bus works is that you'll get in and they'll have a place where you can scan either your Metro card or you can scan a credit card, or you can also just pay in cash. And I know I just said that the buses will be covered with your Metro card. The only exception to that is the airport night bus, which is, to my knowledge, the only thing that even my 30-day annual pass does not cover. You will need to scan your card every time you transfer buses. So if you have limited journeys, that is something to consider. I would recommend prioritizing the Metro over the buses. The one time the buses do come in handy, however, is when the Metro closes. The Metro is closed on weekdays. I think it's like 1 to 6 in the morning, and then on weeknights it's 2 to 6 in the morning. But some lines, like the 6 line that I took in this video, closes down early because of construction. So be sure to check the lines that you will be using and make sure they will be open when you need to use them. So yeah, that's kind of all I've got for this video. I hope you guys found this helpful. I've really been appreciating just the general walkability of Madrid and the Metro, Cercanías, and bus systems. Using Apple Maps and Google Maps, it's been really easy to just get around the city. And honestly, it's something that I'm gonna definitely miss when I leave for the United States in a month. But that'll about do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for the support. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you guys have been enjoying my vlogs and me just rambling in my room about Madrid and all of the amazing things that's going on here. I hope if you're ever going to Madrid that you will find this video at least a little bit helpful. Next week, we are going to be getting into the nightlife of Madrid. I know that's not the order. I know I said that we were supposed to be doing language this week, but we're doing walkability instead. So we're not doing language next week anymore. We're doing nightlife because with my finals and upcoming trips, it's just worked out better with my schedule, so that way you guys can keep on getting these little weekly videos and I don't feel too massively stressed about it. So yeah, that's the plan. If you're excited for that, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell for notifications. If you've enjoyed this video and got even the slightest bit out of it, please leave a like. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.